Alright, okay, here we go. You ready?
Yeah. We're on the seas, sailing fast, never knowing how long it'll last. Sailing fast, never knowing how long it'll last. Fast, last. I don't know, I can't go very far. Someone should remix that.
Yes!
Oh,
You know for a fact Falcore's already doing that.
Oh, yes.
Hey, you beautiful buccaneers, Falcore here! So a few of you may have noticed that a few NPCs within the game are now discussing the Grand Maritime Union. Although this union has been mentioned a few times in lore outside of the game, I thought I'd delve into who these guys are for all of those who don't know, because I get the feeling we're going to be seeing more of these guys in the future. One of the easiest ways to explain who these people are is to delve into our own world's history. Shortly after the defeat of the Spanish Armada in 1588, various merchants sought permission from Queen Elizabeth I to sail the Indian Ocean towards the East Indies. After gaining approval, the very first ship set sail. These ships formed the East India Trading Company. Despite its name, the new company didn't end up trading that much with the East Indies, mostly dealing with the Indian subcontinents and China in commodities including cotton, silk, indigo dye, salt, tea, and opium. The East India Trading Company had the right to seize land for themselves, to take money from alliances, make war or peace, exercise civil and criminal injustice over areas they controlled, to command fortresses and troops. By the 1700s, the company had established a powerful political influence in Great Britain, and had effectively established a trade monopoly after absorbing or outmatching their rivals. As the demand for Indian commodities rose, their power and influence only grew. This is how pirates were born, at least the heroic ones we all aspire to be. Piracy was a problem before the East India Trading Company, but with their vast influence and almost immortal political stance, regular merchants and traders would often perform acts of smuggling just to earn a fair trade. They were deemed pirates by the East India Trading Company and were often hunted down and in most cases killed to avoid any type of competition. This is what the Grand Maritime Union is. A company that is very interested in the Sea of Thieves, and probably has plans to siege its lands for their own, turning the Sea of Thieves into the Maritime Alliance friendly bastards or something. That said, however, in order to do this, they would need a particularly large amount of ships to overthrow us pesky pirates. Bringing ships through the Shroud in small amounts would be utterly pointless, as the various pirate factions within the world would send them to Davy Jones' locker immediately. You see, the main problem with the access to the Sea of Thieves is the Shroud itself. It only has one very treacherous route in which you can sail through without your ship being damaged. This route is also constantly changing, so bringing a large fleet through all in one go is an impossible task. In fact, it's actually the reason why all the ships in the Sea of Thieves are all so small. Even the galleon itself is considered a small galleon. The galleon we have in the game is inspired by the Golden Hind, a ship sailed by Sir Francis Drake around the world between 1577 and 1580. She was a 122-foot long vessel, but the galleons we have in game are an average of 90 to 100 foot long. Most ships of the Indian Trading Company, such as the HMS Swallow, were anything between 130 to 200 foot long. A ship of this size would simply never make it through the Shroud. So if the Grand Maritime Union was to establish itself in the Sea of Thieves, they would have to infiltrate it by sending envoys to turn people to their cause. A more diplomatic approach compared to a forceful one. In the future of the Sea of Thieves, I think we'll be seeing such envoys make an appearance, and maybe even see their ships roaming the seas, similar to the skeleton ships. Unless of course they get their hands on the Shroud Breaker. Then we've got a problem. That's it for today, folks. Thanks very much for watching. If you liked the video, please go ahead and click that like button. And if you really like the video, please go ahead and click that subscribe button. And hell, click that bell so you're always informed of Sea of Thieves news updates and other general random guff that I might upload. Until next time, everybody, happy sailing. Bye-bye.